What's going on YouTube? Florida Man Knives here with a really exciting review of the Zero Tolerance 0460 with this bronze carbon fiber scale, a Sinkevich Design with S35 VN steel. Now, I just want to let everyone know, this right here for me has always been a grail knife. I'm sure a lot of you have many grail knives. You know, maybe it's a Chris Reeves Sabenza. Pretty sure that's on everyone's list. You know, maybe it's just a Spyderco paramilitary too. But, you know, I obviously have several, and this has always been one of them. I just think this carbon fiber is absolutely gorgeous. It always looked like a great design. I love Sinkevich's designs, just every single one of them, whether it's a Kershaw, Spyderco, Zero Tolerance. But, you know, I was so excited to get this thing in my hands. And I really want to, you know, point out that this thing has been discontinued. The 0460, there's a titanium version as well, has been discontinued, and you can actually get it on sale. It's still in stock on Blade HQ as of the time of this video, April 10th, and it's going to be $159.99. Forget what the retail price is. I want to say it's around $180, $190, and you know, I've always wanted to get the knife, and as soon as it went on sale, I saw it was going to be discontinued. I picked it up. I knew I would have really been kicking myself if I didn't, and you know, I had to rely on the secondary market. But you know, if you guys find this thing interesting, you know, think it looks cool, please get it while you still can. You know, I don't know why they discontinued it. I think it's an amazing knife, but you know, they do have the larger 0462, which is another beautiful knife, and of course a lot of other models. So you know, I understand it, and they're also changing steels, but you know, most of their new models are going to be in CPM 20 CV. Anyways, let's get right into it. So we're going to have an overall length of 7.5 inches. You're going to have a blade length of 3.25 inches, right? But your cutting edge is going to be a little bit over 3.5. That's something with this knife that is absolutely amazing. You can see the tip of the handle goes all the way up to here, as where the cutting edge starts way back here. You know, not a lot of knives that are built like this. I mean, you know, most knives are going to be either having a choil, you know, cutting edge starts in front of the edge of the handle, or, you know, even if it doesn't have a choil, and it's going to be really close to the edge of the handle, you're still going to have a sharpening choil typically. So the package you get with cutting edge to handle length is just ridiculous on this thing. You know, you can probably tell I'm a little bit excited. You know, I'll just let you know, this is one of my favorite knives for sure. Definitely in my top 3. You know, I have extra large sized hands, but ergonomically it fits me perfectly. You can see there's a little bit of indent that comes out for your fingers, so your first 2 will go in front, the middle will kind of fill that one up, and then I really like knives that are angled off back here. It really actually reminds me of the Dragonfly 2 from Spyderco, and you know, my pinky just finds that it, you know, feels really nice when it's a little bit higher up to rest on. So, you know, it's something I really love about this knife. Ergonomics are fantastic. One of the better knives in hand that I own. And, you know, I was actually really surprised by that when I got it in hand. I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I didn't pick it up for such a long time, is because I was really skeptical that I would actually like it in the hand every day. And I do. It is just ridiculous. I mean, you know, no jimping up here. That doesn't bother me. Typically, I like jimping. It's got a nice rounded off edge here. You're going to have a pretty thin stock, 0.12 inches. I mean, relatively thick, I guess, for what kind of knife it is, but I would classify this more as a gentleman's folder. You know, I definitely carry this with dress pants, carry it to work in the office all the time. You know, handle thickness, 0.4 inches. It's definitely really thin in the pocket. Got this smooth carbon fiber with a little bit of texturing. You can see the machining work on that. It's just fantastic all the way around. And they matched it identical to this titanium frame lock side. Another huge perk to this knife, something I absolutely love about it, is the weight, 2.33 ounces. I mean, compare that to, this is a Delica lightweight, going to be relatively the same weight on that. Here's a Para 3 lightweight, just for comparison's sake. You're going to be right in line with the Para 3 lightweight. So super lightweight knife, super, super slim in the pocket. That's another thing I just absolutely love about this knife. Compared to the Benchmade, one of the thinnest knives as far as, up and down goes when it's in the closed position. It's really comparable to that. I like to compare this to my Delica and all my Spydercos. I'm a huge fan of the Spidey hole, but yeah, it sticks out a lot. I mean, look at that. Everything about this knife I love, I have to admit. The bronze carbon fiber scale, excuse me with my flashlight here, just want you to be able to catch that in the light, and I'll definitely be posting videos of this knife outside. The carbon fiber outside of natural lighting is just something else. You really have to see it to see what I mean. But something I also want to point out, you can see the precision milling that gets progressively more and more fine all the way up, and they actually continued that, if you can see it in the light, all the way around, which is just a really nice touch. They also, of course, this is a stone-washed titanium frame lock, and they did stone-wash the little bits right here on the blade that are flat. This is a trailing point blade shape. I really like how this thing kind of flares up. Great for lots of tasks. Obviously a great slicer, really good piercing tip. Satin finish, you can see the grind lines are really beautiful on this. I'm a big fan of that. I'd say the grind lines on this are, and zero tolerance in general, is just going to be more defined than a lot of knives. You can see it too. Not really picking it up in the video as much on the actual bevel itself, the beveled edge, but black anodized aluminum backspacer right here, which is a really nice touch. Huge fan of that. And then it does have a black matching clip. This is the stock clip right here. You can see the difference. I'm a fan of deep carry pocket clips. And this right here is going to be an MXG clip. It is titanium. It's that bronze anodized finish. I think it looks really nice, especially in natural lighting with the bronze carbon fiber. One thing I really, really want to say, zero tolerance. Owned by Kai USA. A lot of you might be familiar with that and the fact that they own Kershaw. They also own Shun Knives, which is probably my favorite kitchen knife brand. This is the Shun Classic Santoku, but their warranty and just customer service in general is fantastic. So, like I said, I put an MXG deep carry clip on this. I have cheap Amazon screws. It's a Torx screw. I think it's a 6 or a 7. I can't recall. I butchered the first one when I was taking it off. I stripped one of the screws really bad, and I got it off after a lot of work. And MXG sends, you can see in the back here, they send standard silver screws, and I put those on. It looks all right. It matches the blade, but really wanted the black screws to match, and so I sent a request online to Zero Tolerance, Kai USA. They have a link if you just, it takes, a minute to look online. And sent in a request for a new pocket clip set, which includes a brand new pocket clip and screws. I mean, all it was, you plug it in, plug in your knife model, plug in the address. They sent it to you for free. I was shocked. I mean, it's amazing. The shipping was fast, and yeah, I've got the black hardware now to match all across, which I think looks great. And I'm a huge Spyderco fan, but for example, with a Spyderco clip, this is my Min X2 lightweight. I've broken this pocket clip off several times, and you gotta order it through the factory outlet, the replacements, and that can be just a little bit of a pain. So I really wanted to note that. Huge perks props, to Kai USA Zero Tolerance. That was just really impressive. You can see if you're into action, this thing is, got a detent right there, and then you could shake it closed. fit and finish on this, absolutely perfect. Perfect centering. Everything about it is just so perfect. Tight tolerances. I mean, zero tolerance, right? You know, the fit and finish on these is fantastic. That's what you're paying for. You know, typically these knives are going to be more expensive than a lot of others. I'm a big fan of S35 VN steel. Thing is razor sharp. I've stropped it a few times. Definitely will still shave the hairs on my arm. Thing flies open. It is not on bearings. It is on bronze washers. Just wanted to note that. I would say I probably prefer that for this knife. Long term, you know, not as worried about it. But before I go to wrap up the video, I want to get some knife comparisons out of the way. I should have done this in the beginning of the video, so my apologies there. But first one's going to be the Spyderco Delica, so you can see relatively similar in overall length. And, you know, you can see right there. But look at the difference in the cutting edge. I mean, that is ridiculous. You know, let's just fold them up so you can see. So it's a little bit longer, right? It's kind of hard to catch it right in the camera. Okay, there you go. But the cutting edge on it is actually longer than a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I mean, that's just crazy. It's such a smaller knife overall. You know, if you want to line the butts of them up a little bit better, you can see, you know, same situation, of course, with the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight. And then another really good comparison, in my eyes, is going to be the Benchmade Bug Out. A little bit more of a direct comparison when it comes to the exact length of these. But the cutting edge, again, on this 0460 is just crazy. You know, I think for an EDC overall, it's a great knife. It's a great gentleman's carry. That's going to be my primary purpose of it, if you will, even though I can't even say that. I've just been EDCing it in all circumstances. It's one of my favorite knives. It's impossible for me not to. I mean, made in the USA. So fun to play with. The flipper is just so phenomenal on it. Shoots right out. Definitely you pull down with it. It's not going to be like a push-in type flipper. You know, I mean, if you play with it a bunch of times, you'll get an indent in your finger for sure. Okay, maybe that's a gripe. Other than that, this knife's perfect to me. I really have to admit, it's perfect. I have zero complaints. I can't say enough about it. Kind of at a loss for words at this point, so really would encourage you to pick it up if you haven't already. You know, again, I'll be posting more videos on this carbon fiber. I mean, you can see the machining. It's just so beautiful. This is my first zero tolerance and only zero tolerance that I have so far. Definitely will be picking more of them up. You can see there's the box, made in the USA. Got your typical information there that it comes with. But this is amazing. Oh. Well, sorry for just oozing over this. I mean, I'm blown away. Definitely recommend it. Recommend zero tolerance overall, of course. And thanks for watching.